Hello and welcome to my Kashtira Tistina deck profile. Tistina is a new strategy that is a very free engine and goes with the very unfair Kashtira strategy. So we thought we might as well make a deck profile about it. So, start with the main deck. The Tistina package revolves around the Crystal God. The Crystal God is essential to the whole package because Demigod doesn't work without him. You don't want him clogging up your hand, and you kind of want him to also stay in deck. Opening him isn't too bad as well because then you can also normal him. We'll get into that. But the most important effects with the big guys is that they can Book of Moon all monsters your opponent controls and then proceed to send any face-ups that they control as well. That includes Floodgates, Links, so anything that wasn't affected by the Book of Moon goes to the grave instead, which is a very fair effect. Then we have Demigod. So if you control a Tistina, you can special summon him and then search a spell or trap. We only play the spell because the trap isn't very good. But his second effect to Book of Moon all monsters your opponent controls and then send all the face-ups, it only works if you control Crystal God, which is why he is a very important piece to the entire engine, which is sort of a limitation to it. And you play 3 Sentinel. You can blow up a face down, including the ones that you previously Book of Moon, or one you control, or a Tistina, to basically search any Tistina cards from your deck to your hand. Hound, you don't want to play too many of him, you only want one because it allows your Tistinas to attack directly. He's very searchable, he's not particularly that great. Then we have the field spell, Divine Domain. It's important that it's not a Tistina card, otherwise it'd be completely broken. It doesn't read. The name isn't Tistina, so. But during your main phase, you can Foolish a Tistina. Doesn't come up too much, but can't hurt. And then if your opponent controls 3 face-ups, you can special summon your Crystal God or Demigod straight from the deck to the field. So that's basically how you cheat out Crystal God to then get Demigod live. And then you have Breath. Breath allows you to have an extra normal summon, and then you can also Book of Moon a monster you control to then search any Tistina cards in your deck. So you have Sentinel that searches Breath, that searches Demigod that can search Breath, and then you've got this nice little cycle going around where everything gets each other, except you probably have to use your normal summon on Crystal God. But it's worth it in the end. Then for the Kashtira package, you only need a small one. So you've got a Unicorn at 2, went to 2, so you got to play 2, but it is still a 1-card combo for a Arise-Heart. So it basically adds any Kashtira spell, which is Theosis. We need 3 Fenrir, which searches any Kashtira monster. It's really only good for searching Riseheart or itself on its own because it's not full combo with Unicorn. But it's also a very good board breaker and is reactive to your opponent's monster effects. And then the one Riseheart because again you grab it off of Fenrir, it's a free body, and then even if you can't make a Riseheart, you've got a free rank 7. You play 3 Pressure Planet Wraitsoth, searches any Kashtira monster you want. Which grabs Unicorn because it's the 1-card combo, or if you really just want to go for safety, you can go for Fenrir because it's a solid board breaker. It's up to you. And the one Theosis that you grab off of Unicorn, you only really want one because if you got too many Theosis, or even if you wanted to play Birth, if you open it and you don't have access to the engine, it's a brick. It's gonna hurt. You only want one to be searched, and if you open it in your opening hand without a Kashtira access, then it's not too bad because you've got 4 others rather than a bunch of clogs. For the hand traps, you can play very hand trap and board breaker heavy in this. Basically, if you want to play something else, it's fine. We'll go over alternatives as we go through, but for the hand trap lineup, I play 3 Ash Blossom because it's a very good hand trap, especially this format. 3 Droll because there are a lot of search-based decks at the minute, and Droll basically just puts them completely on hold. It makes your OTKs that much easier to accomplish. And then you have 3 Infinite Impermanence. Can't be, a cheeky negate. And then you need some consistency, Pot of Prosperity. It's a free pot to play in this deck. You don't draw at all. You're just constantly searching, so pot's very free. I played 2 talent. This could be Book of Moon. This could be Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Super Poly, whatever you want to play. It's fine. Talent's just a safer option because, again, it's a hand trap every format. If you get a hand trap, then you've got more options. And a Terraforming to search all the field spells, which there are 6 of. So you can either grab Domain or you can grab Wraitsoth for your full combo. It's important to start off with the Kashtiras, though, so you're throwing your opponent off the Tistinas, and they try to interrupt the Kashtiras when you're on your way to a Arise-Heart, and then you follow up with your Tistina plays. You can play a Super Poly package, and we do in the side, so this is why we play the fusion lineup for Super Poly. Mudragon of the Swamp, Garura, which is a draw, Starving Venom, which is very generic for 2 darks, and can also blow up all special summon monsters on the field if your opponent outs it, and Jago spells a monster negate. Mudragon is a generic one if your opponent's got weird attributes that aren't dark, and Garura is also for a similar situation, but all of them have their uses. Baron, because the engines are so free, you can literally just normal summon a hand trap, synchro summon into Baron, so you've got a free Omni negate, a free pop, and you're much more protected. So even if your hand trap, even if your Kashtiras get interrupted, you can just normal hand trap, synchro into Baron, so you're insulated with a negate and a pop, and then go through with the Tistinas. Number 11, Big Eye. Everybody kind of bricks it when this come out. Everybody wants to negate it. Everybody wants to prevent this because obviously the board's just getting ripped apart by a rank 7, and you're not even intending to do that. You just want to go through with your Tistinas. It's a free rank 7 if your Kashtiras get interrupted. Arise-Heart. It is macro on legs. It's really good if you have to go to turn 3. It's a quick effect, banish face down, so it's a nice little interruption. You can't go wrong with this card at all, and it's what you work towards before you even go into the Tistinas. Zeus, again, it's an extra plan. If all else fails, you can just make Zeus, and then proceed to send all the cards of control anyway, if you don't get to do it. Then for the links, we have Almirage. Don't know why it's in here, never crops up. You know, you never use your extra deck if it's not Kashtira based, but it's funny. I guess it can protect something if you want to link off a hand trap and keep something protected. Anima, because normal Droll funny. If your opponent is forced to put things in certain zones, or your link zone specifically, or if your opponent leaves one right underneath an extra monster zone, then they're going to get something tucked up, and then you're just making it even easier to OTK. So it's funny when hand traps become sort of combo enablers. Donna Dagger for hire. Now, this is a generic pop, but it's specific to the Kashtira strategy because it destroys itself to then destroy a card. So you can clear the field, and then when you've got a Kashtira combo in your hand, then you can follow up with that. So it's very useful when you're playing Kashtira. IP Masquerena, again, if you've got an excess of monsters and you're forced to go to turn 3, then you can always just float into Unicorn. Or even Underworld Goddess. But Underworld Goddess is very important in general because it allows you to out anything that's unaffected or very difficult to out in general, because its summoning requirements can use your opponent's monster. You just out anything you want, and the Kashtira combo, if you watch out with the Theosis, you can get 2 bodies on field without trying. Tistina can probably easily make Underworld without even a sweat. Just make sure you don't lock yourself in with Theosis or Arise-Heart, because they do then lock you into XEs. And Accesscode Talker. That would require you to actually build up with your links. It's very rare, but breaking a board without your opponent responding is kind of funny. So you can't really go wrong with it. And that is pretty much it for the deck. So, tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, tell your friends, tell me how stupid I am, tell me how to improve the deck. Do what you feel's right. And tune in next time when we find more cards to do profiles on.